today, guess what? I'm thankful. Guess what? I'm grateful. You feel me? We did that. We back again. You feel me? But as you see with the topic, we're talking about convenient righteousness. So often we get these symbolic victories, etc. To the point we feel like, you know what? We won already. Or it's impossible to win. I'm here to tell you. What you say? Oh my God. Nigga, I'm sure I just didn't want to do nothing. So I promise you got soap on you. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Take it from me. That's gonna be so many times you're gonna be trying to get some shit done. And people just gonna pop up on you saying like, hey, let's do this. Instead, let's do this. And as you see, we about to get out here, get our walk in. Again, sorry for those who was looking for me yesterday. We was over there, had a big announcement. My big brother came back through. Finna get involved in the debate league in a major way. So, we had to make that announcement, make it super official. You know what I'm saying? For those who missed it, some good information over there about the 9/11 situation that happened here in America. So, if y'all could go check that out. Matter of fact, go check that out. Because you don't, you're missing out on some good information that we should be in tune with. A lot of us, we have a hard time taking in certain shit because we can't fathom that somebody else would do certain things because we wouldn't, or we don't have the capability to do so. But like I said, with these convenient excuses, it still leads to a person that wanting to ask you, if you was in power, what would you do? And do you want power just to do as those in power are doing? Yeah, I had to do some quick sun gazing. Let the ancestors know I'm coming out. The sun wants y'all to know y'all need to come out and come out in droves. But most of all, remember that the sun is here for you. It's all on you. Who's reporting what you believe. And if you believe the report of those who seek to despitefully misuse you, you feel me? We think just because all these people, they make sure I can eat, they keep us a little job or something. They care about me. Again, when a person don't make sure that you can care for yourself, let alone your loved ones, in a manner that doesn't compromise your integrity, it show you what a person's intent is for you as well as how they see you. So as much as, you know, don't look at me or look out for me in the same way, but you basing whether or not your brothers look out for you based on somebody who took all the resources, you feel me, hoarded them, and then giving you crumbs based on the money that you generated. So let's say for a moment, if you didn't have these excuses, or if you didn't have these As I said in the title, these convenient excuses. What would be stopping you from pursuing whatever you choose? It would be nothing that could stop you because you wouldn't have the constant reminder of the impossibleness or the impossibility of what you seek to do. But so often we've been caught up because of the people that we looked up to, as well as us not thinking for ourselves. We've been caught up in maintaining the status quo. And when you maintaining the status quo, you can guarantee that's only for the people that's trying to maintain power, you know? So when it comes to you feeling down on yourself, feeling bad, just know you gotta make a quick recovery from that. Because if you don't, it's only gonna be to your detriment, you know? It's not gonna uplift you by staying in the dumps for so long. Don't get me wrong, a lot of us need to take this time to figure out how we really feel, how we think things should be. Take that time to get to know your mind. You might figure out that your mind this whole time been the one talking you out of shit. Like this morning, I get up to go work out. My mind like, man, but you been going so hard. Like you could take a day off. If I would have sat there and said, yeah, you right, you think my mind would have been like, come on, man, I was just playing. Nah, you know, your mind will accept excuses if you've been programming it to. So the first thing I gotta do is reprogram my mind to not accept the excuses. Not accept the excuses of inactivity. Because it's through activity that we able to override the the erroneous or the error in our thoughts that have been programmed into us by people that are surely just trying to maintain the status quo. Surely just trying to maintain the status quo. And guess what? You can't be too mad at these people because they just got their traction and just started figuring out how they wanted things to go now. Here it is, you come along and you want to change everything. They not trying to hear that. They not trying to hear that. They want that shit to be how they done worked out things to be to where now they got a system. You feel me? Just like you would want things to be if you preparing every day to create a system of generating resources and being able to take care of yourself. So when you think about those type of things, it's like, I don't hold that shit against people, but I will move around real quick and take certain people's advice with a grain of salt because I realize what their intentions are, you know? Not that they have any ill intentions for me, but they just intend to keep the status quo. And for me, I don't particularly choose to take the easy way. You know, it's convenient to infuse an excuse in place of what you knew you should have been doing. But for a lot of us, you know, our spirits have been broken. So we have to rebuild ourselves. Only to realize once you put forth that first step, the understanding, the how-to will come to you. It will come to you. My stepmom, man, I don't even like saying that. My mother used to always get on to me about, but I do kind of like saying it because it also lets me know that, you know, somebody made a sacrifice that they didn't really have to. You know, it wasn't their responsibility, but it also taught me about the village, you know, so thank you to my mama, Sandra. She used to always be like, you and your brother need to read the instructions. And for me, I used to be like, man, I can see how this thing works, so I would just put it together based on my understanding of how, you know, what I could see and how it should be. So with that, I used to always, you know, put it together based on what I could see. And from there, I would turn around and, you know, if I did get stuck, I look at the picture, you know. And I would look at the instructions, but for the most part, I would just be looking at the picture on how this thing is supposed to be put together. So for a lot of us, we just got to keep our eyes on our vision, on how we want this thing to be put together. Because the moment we take our eyes off our vision and start paying attention to other things, whether you know it or not, you paying attention to somebody else's vision for the direction they want your life to go. And you can guarantee that's the reason why you feeling unfulfilled. Because you know, I ain't doing what I want to do. I ain't doing what I was sent to do. For one, I ain't had time to figure it out. I've been so busy being distracted. Shout out to my Cleveland brother. So with it more. I've been so busy being distracted that every day that goes by, I'm more and more frustrated with the inactivity of my life, the inactivity of the exercising of my goals. So for a lot of us, we just need to get out there, put one foot in front of the other. Like you see me doing. Let's get it. Put one foot in front of the other, you know, because it's that foundation of activity, exercise, pushing yourself that's going to lead you in the direction that you want to go to achieve the things that you see, to bring into fruition. Whether that's like I was speaking on, creating a system or a flow that maintains or guarantees your access to resources. This is very important. For a lot of us, we don't think past trying to just survive from moment to moment. And I'm telling you, it's not impossible. It's very possible. No matter what your situation is, just take a little bit, put back a little bit. Take a little bit, put back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And most of all, when you putting back a little bit, recognize you putting back. If you in a state of, you know, poverty and you trying to come up, you putting back for a rainy day when you can't acquire resources and everything's slow. You just gotta go in your storage. You know what I'm saying? Now you got all that little bit that you put back from the little bit that you ate, and you put a little bit back. Now you got food in your storage for the days that you can't acquire resources, the days that you can't go out and work. And if you at the mid-range, you know, you got your system of flow going. You got a few things in order as far as your business taken care of, being able to take care of your bills and things. And you putting back a little bit, taking a little bit every day. All right, when your rainy day comes, it's gonna be a good opportunity for you to progress up because you already got your food in order. Now you can take that rainy day fund and invest in yourself, whether that be investing into a stock that you understand how to utilize, or whether that be investing into a skill set that you will later utilize, because it does no good to keep on acquiring things that can't be applied. That's the whole point of this system. You feel me? Maybe we should call it the applied system. You feel me? Call it the applied system. And based on your applied system will determine the amount of interest that you incur, whether that's gathering the food. Man, we're gonna quit going into too many details with the resources, but with the gathering of resources, you know, based on your applied system, it would determine that. But without a convenient excuse, you would stop at nothing. Stop at nothing from doing what you gotta do. So, that being said, family, there is no excuses that's valuable or more valuable than yourself. When the things that we got to go out here and acquire, the things that we got to go out here and pursue, is to maintain the value that is you. So whether you got to go out here and speak a certain language to get through, don't trip, fam. I'm telling you, everybody you see is going through it in some form or another. You feel me? Everybody has to acquiesce in some form or another. Just to give you a perfect example, I remember when I was a kid, I used to be like, man, I can't wait till I get grown. And I ain't gonna have to listen to nobody. Only to get grown and realize, dang, I gotta listen to the rules of life. You feel me? My new mother and father is the rules of life and the progression thereof. You feel me? Don't get it twisted. I'm not maintaining the status quo, but I damn sure am edging that thing out and progressing it as I go. So with each one of us that are pursuing our goals and taking that shit the next mile, you feel me? I see you, Chief. I just seen me a route. It's gonna extend my little walk a little bit longer, but shit, my gut feeling telling me to do so. Feel me? So I'ma go with it. But like I was telling y'all, man, it's no time, and it's time out for convenient excuses. It's time out, family, for convenient excuses. Damn, that's where Brad was at. Okay. Shout out to the ancestor, man. Shout out to the ancestors. That's why. Okay. Ancestors wanted me to come through here. Got a brother that's on the other side right now. Wanted to let y'all know he's still putting in his work too. So with that being said, family, we out here. We out here doing what we gotta do. Ah, man. We go a few streets over like a whole nother neighborhood. You feel me? I like it though. Man, shit, y'all jump in the chat, say what's up. I'm gonna keep on kicking the bobo about the convenient excuses. You know, one of the top things to pay attention to is how they taking, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's no truth to this history, but if you pay attention, they taking out certain things out the history books, you know, to where our kids won't have some of the same strongholds that we have. Not to say that's what they did it for, but just letting you know, a lot of times what the devil meant for your bad, you know what I'm saying? When you seek to do good, it's gonna always work out in your favor. So I wanna let you know, even with them taking slavery out the books, that shit don't do nothing but energize, you know what I'm saying, a group of people in such a manner that leads to their upliftment. You know, for me, I noticed that looking at them slave stories really just led to a nigga just being glad he got a job. You know, to a nigga feeling like, man, I'm one step up since, you know, I'm getting paid for my labor now. Man, shout out to you, Isaac. Shout out to you, bruh. You know, we be feeling like we one step up because now we getting paid for our labor. So, you know, we think like, oh, I'm ahead. At least I'm ahead, so we get comfortable. But I feel like if the children are allowed to see themselves as people just like everybody else, look out. Because at that point, they have no handicaps for them to excuse themselves from being the greatness that they have the abilities to be. How you doing, Ken? So when you think about that, it's like this is a good thing if you choose to see it that way. And I honestly feel like we have to choose to see it that way because our frustration, as well as our the fact that we're dissatisfied with the situation isn't stopping it. So at some point, just like all resources, you have to utilize them and intentionalize them for your upliftment, basically is what I'm saying. So when these changes occur in our lives, let's look at these things and see how can this benefit us? How can I use this towards the upliftment of my people? and not towards the detriment. You know, if anything, we also don't got to worry about somebody else telling our story no more. You know what I'm saying? And that can be a bonded thing between us and our children, to be able to tell them about the greatness of what we overcame. You know, what makes us great because of what we overcame. So when you think about that, you can always find a positive in any situation. But if you're looking for a convenient excuse, you darn sure can find that too. You can find that too. Like I said, man, I ain't encourage y'all, you know, you're not feeling all that great, get out here and take a walk and talk to your higher self. That self that tells you, hey, you need to check yourself. You need to go harder in this direction, you know. All right, man, shout out to my bros. Shout out to the sisters. Because we about to go even deeper in videos to come in this relationship stuff. Because they want us to play this game with ourselves as though, you know, we just have these dysfunctional relationships and that's just how it's supposed to be. But so often it's only like this because we don't take the time to see where the improvements can be made. We get so caught up in, hey, this me. This who the hell I am. How you doing, King? Y'all doing all right? You got it. This who I am. But once you get set in your ways, you might as well sit down and get out the way. You feel me? Because we all should be constantly growing, constantly seeking better for ourselves. Make sure y'all hit that like button when y'all come in. You know, they trying to ban the positive, man. But we ain't gonna let nothing stop us. We gonna keep on pushing. You know, just like I extend in my walk, I expect, you know, there to be obstacles today that come with life. You feel me? I don't expect for people to do shit for me, but I do expect for me to be prepared for the obstacles that I have to overcome. The obstacles that come with life. You feel me? It's these same obstacles that make peace and rest worth it. You feel me? So I appreciate a full day's work, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate being able to have the time to figure out what's going on so I can figure out my worth. But this life will keep you busy being distracted. How you doing, Quinn? So I'm gonna get on mine and make sure that I'm always on my D by doing everything I could possibly do to make a way for the people that need me to, you know. And one of the main ways I see that I can make a way for the people that need me to is to let them know, man, shit, I'm here. I'm here. I'm gonna give you information that's gonna be for your upliftment. Feel me? For your upliftment, not to your detriment. Pay attention. People give you information. Is it only for them to come up, or is it information within what they saying that will help you come up? If it's not information in there that will help you come up, you can guarantee that this person is looking to manipulate and misuse. But you don't gotta play the fool. You don't gotta play the fool. You don't gotta play the fool. Even that is a choice. Even that is a choice. So with that being said, family, choose to be the greatest version of you today. Choose the greatness that is you.